Here we go, working on your truck in the street. Doesn't get better than that. So, got both the back wheels off and just letting it gravity bleed right now. Just to get some new fluid through the system. And hopefully get a better brake pedal. So while those brakes are bleeding, because I'm just doing it via gravity, I think I'm going to throw a coat of paint that's the right colour on those bits. Okay, the time has come to make that hole socially acceptable. So when I did the actual cut for the bed in the first place, I just kept going straight down through. The actual door that was here and was a lot wider, so that cut the frame, which is going to go in like that and like that, and that's going to get tacked. And then the door is going to go in the same way, that's going to get tacked. And then I'm not going to have it as an opening functioning thing. I'm just going to actually probably weld something on the back here to just tighten it, just to tie it in. So it'll just be constantly closed, constantly shut, but it'll, you know, make this hole socially acceptable. So that's it, game on. One other thing we're going to be doing today is cleaning out this guttering and pour 15ing it before it comes. More LA rain, so that's going to get done today as well. And here we go, post pour 15. Nice and shiny and happy, rain gutted all the way over. Happy days. That should be healthy for a while. I may seem seal it, I may not, don't know. It's going to rain soon, well, tomorrow, so I wanted to get that sealed up before that happened. Righty-ho, so here we've got the chopped down framework. So this did have about, whatever, 12 inches more in between it, and this is the chopped down version. So we're holding it together with the Harbour Freight metal miracle clips, as I like to call them. Tag it together, throw it in, and then I'll give it a base for the actual door to fit onto. Okay, so moving at quite a nice clip today, because we do have rain coming, so we have to get this done pretty quick. So the actual framework is now in. As you can see, welded there, and that is now in. And then over to here, we have the shortened door ready to be welded up. Step number 2. Hokul dokul day. Okay, so we are welded up. There's a little bit of a unevenness, which pretty much always happens because of my lack of how can we put it, patience. And then we're going to hit it with thin skim Bondo and make it nice and pretty. Here we go. So here is the shortened door. Welded it up, threw some filler on it, and you know, she's kind of flat. What I'm going to do on this side, because it's not going to be a functional door, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to basically weld a long bolt onto the back, and then I'm going to run a piece of steel across, so it kind of like clamps itself into that hole there. So it's never going to move, so it can be, you know, that can just be bolted into place on the back. So I'm going to throw some primer on it now, then sand it a few more times, and then give her a coat of paint. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That hole is soon going to be no more. The shortened door has been moved from fabrication to the exterior paint booth. Wet and dried with some 800. You know, I'm getting classy on this one, I've got to admit, I don't usually go this far. And then completed with AutoZone's best Wimbledon white. Game on. What do we have in store for today, I hear you ask? Well, that's going to be going on. That is the new shortened, painted door for the side of the F71. But one thing I'm going to do real quick that I'm really excited about is, I've just been to the scrapyard. Now I got some door seals from either LMC or National Parts Depot or whatever for the 71, for the F71. And I don't know, they're really wimpy and I didn't like them. So I've just been to the scrapyard and I pulled some door seals off like an 80s F150. The clip-on ones, they're not all silly glue-on ones. I don't like glue-on ones, so we're going to see. How's that for security for you? We're going to see if we can make them fit on there. Modified. Oh, we're just going to see if we can make it look nice now around the trim area. There we go, door seals are on. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but I don't know, I just like them better. They're so much more substantial than the ones I got from the store. And they're not glued on, they've got the decent, you know, body to them, and they will kind of like work their way in to the shape over time, but they're so much thicker and better. And the doors, like, you know, really slam well. So, take it for a drive in a bit. Now, onto the door. Oh, just caught the tail end of a plane. Right, you little bastard. Anyway, moving on. As I said, pretty down and dirty, really. Bolt welded to the back of the door, and nut, and this is part of a bonnet stay hood thing, I think from a Crown Vic, chopped off, and then that's going to hook behind the bed, which comes down and kind of sits in there. So yeah, down and dirty, really. And look at that. Happy days. So yeah, all done. And obviously, because I don't have a ramp, and I have to work at the side of the bloody road now. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can see what's going on. So there you go. So there you can see the back of the door, and that hood keeper upper thing is just you know, tightened onto the side of the bed. Happy days, done. What we have going on right now, let me just open this door with the new door seal. Oh, it opens so nice. What we have going on right now with the ignition switch is a dangly ignition switch and a screwdriver going in the end of there. So I want to get some sort of situation where it is started from there, but I don't want to rewire in the old truck ignition switch because I can't. So what I choose to do, which is probably a very long and roundabout way of doing things, is get a steering column off a Vic. And obviously I threw my original one away, so I had to go to scrapyard and get one. And for that little piece there, ladies and gentlemen, I got charged $63 because they charged me for an entire steering column. Yeah, that happened. Okay, so moving on. So chopped it. Boom. So what I'm going to try and do now is turn this situation, that's where the key goes, that's where the ignition barrel goes in there. I'm going to try and cut this into a cylinder situation, and that's the ignition switch that I just showed you on the end of the wiring in the truck. So yeah, as I say, this obviously is going to stay, and the rest of this stuff is all going to be chopped off, and this is going to become a cylinder by the magic of film. This was the actual project yesterday, fitting or somehow getting the Crown Vic ignition switch or ignition barrel into the actual truck part of the dash so it looks a bit older. It's not going to look super old because it's got a black plastic front. So what I did, this is rear bumper cross member something or other from the Crown Vic. Cut that off, then I cut another level off, and I didn't cut the actual base of the switch itself or the surround itself completely flat because I really had no idea what I was doing at that point. So weld another piece of metal in there, and that brought it level. And then JB weld, which, I don't know, I can't screw anything in anywhere, and it's aluminum, so I can't weld it to anything, so that kind of seemed like the best option. And it's rock solid right now, so yeah, we shall get that in. Also on the list for today is taking the seat out of that, painting the seat base, and then attacking it with some carpet. Here we have the finished and painted, it's rare that I paint stuff, ignition switch mount. What I ended up doing was slotting the front of it so it comes into the front from the back of the dash, and there's a hole. I've JB welded a bolt down so it slides over that bolt, and then a nut goes up and just holds it into place. There we go, and that is the nut there. So basically it comes in from the back, slides forward, key goes in there, and then nut goes on there. Alrighty then. So today I'm a carpet fitter. There we go. The underlayment is in. Not the prettiest in the world, but it's going to be covered up. So that's like a tar-backed thick paper situation. It wasn't even, so that's why I've trimmed bits off the sides. I wanted the center console-ish transmission tunnel thing centered. And then, yeah, just going to hit it with a heat gun, my new purchase from Harbour Freight, and get it really, really hot, and it does all the contours, tears up, and you know, but it'll reflect the heat and noise. So yeah, right. So that's that. Now we have the carpet relaxing. That's next. There is a reason you can only see that much truck, and the reason is, I'm going to call it for this episode, we're done. Because next time it's going to be the reveal, and I am so happy. I am so happy with the way it looks inside and out, and the way it drives. It drives like a dream. So, thanks for watching. The reveal is next time. See you then.